Coach Greg. In today's video, I'm giving you the top 10 tips of things you should be doing right now in order to help you to lose weight. Remember, if you incorporate these, even if it's only half, even if it's only one, it can and will make a significant difference in your weight loss journey. And so number one, first things first. And by that I mean drink more water. And not just water, but any non-nutritive sweetened beverages. For example, I got me here a Diet Pepsi, caffeine free. I'm going to drink it. And remember, it's got only 5 calories in the can, and so I'm actually going to burn off more calories by drinking this than I would if I hadn't. When you drink water, your body has to increase that temperature to 37 degrees, which is your body's temperature. And so in doing so, you're actually burning off calories by having to heat up that water. So when you're drinking cold fluids throughout the day, perhaps multiple liters, maybe 4 liters a day, maybe even more, you're constantly burning calories. Also, drinking fluids expands your stomach, decreases certain chemical signals to the brain, such as ghrelin, making you experience less hunger pains. And the biggest reason diets fail is because people are hungry. So by drinking more water, you're going to be less hungry, less foods consumed, less calories. And if you're in a deficit, you're ultimately going to lose weight. And number 2, sleep more. One of the most underrated things when it comes to weight loss is getting in enough sleep. Oftentimes people are waking up early, going and doing cardio, staying up through all hours of the night. But what this actually does is causes you to be hungry. Increase cortisol levels, increase hunger hormones. Ultimately, it makes you more hungry. And so if you're awake more hours, there's more hours that you're tempted to eat. And so think of it, when you're sleeping, you can't be eating. If you're asleep, unless you're sleepwalking, you're not going to eat. And so the more you're sleeping, the easier it is to be in a deficit. If you're staying up through all hours of the night, oftentimes people are going to binge. Most people, they're not all that hungry in the morning. But late at night, they're going in the fridge, the pantry, perhaps having ice cream, cookies, and so on. That is when people struggle the most to lose weight. And so please get to bed early, get to bed on time. Ultimately, going to make it way easier for you to lose weight. And of course, I'd be an idiot if I didn't promote Delta Sleep to help you get more sleep. If you can't get the sleep you need, you can of course pick up Delta Sleep. Click the link in the description, code Greg, 10% off. Number 3, don't skip meals. People oftentimes are thinking, oh, I'm going to just stretch this out. I'll skip my snack. I'll skip this meal. I'm hungry right now, but I'm going to wait. Bad idea. What happens is your ghrelin rises even more. And once you do in fact start to eat, it's going to be very difficult to shut the floodgates. You end up binging, you overeat all at once, you can't stop, and before you know it, you've consumed double the calories that you would have had you simply allowed yourself to have that snack. And so the best way to do this is to not think that you can only eat 1 meal a day. Think of it as eating 5 meals a day as being optimal. Perhaps have 3 regular meals, have 2 snacks if you need it, and if you're hungry, go for it. Now remember, if you're not hungry, you're not in the mood to eat, you just don't want to eat it, then that's perfectly okay. But if you're actually hungry and you're saying, no, I'm not going to eat, I can't eat, it's 4:55, I have to wait till 5 o'clock. I've had that happen all the time. I've coached people who had certain times to eat, and they're like, I can't eat, it's 5 minutes to when the time says, I gotta wait. If you're that hungry, just eat. And when I tell somebody to eat on a coaching plan, if you eat an hour earlier, an hour later than it says, that's perfectly okay. There's no problem with that. You should be following your hunger cues when you eat. And so if you are in fact hungry, it's time to eat. Number 4, eat less fat. The reason being is fat has 9 calories per gram. In comparison, carbs and proteins have only 4 calories per gram. In case you're wondering, alcohol has 7, but those are empty calories. I highly suggest you try to avoid that if at all possible. And so by replacing fat with things like protein and or carbs, you're going to be consuming fewer calories. Now, I'm not saying not to eat any fat at all. You do in fact need omega-3 fatty acids. They are primarily found in fatty fish sources. A lot better to eat fatty fish than, for example, red meat. Many people are eating hamburgers, steaks, and so on, but they're avoiding things like salmon, trout, and other sources of omega-3 fatty acids. And so by eating less fat and making sure you get in plenty of protein, you're going to increase your body's thermic effect of food. You're actually burning more calories by doing so. It takes much more energy, as in calories, to convert protein into stored body fat than it does to convert fat into stored body fat. Think of it, fat is closer to being fat than protein is to fat. So you burn off more calories in the digestive process. And so if you're trying to lose weight, have less fat, more protein. Got it? And so this transitions into number 5, eat more protein. If you're eating more protein in comparison to carbs, for example, you're going to have an increased thermic effect. And not only that, protein is much more satiating than eating carbs or even fat. Just think of it. If you're eating a bunch of jelly beans, jujubes, licorices, and so on, it's very hard to stop eating them. In comparison, if you're eating chicken breasts, are you going to sit there and eat 6 or 7 of them? Probably not. And so it's much better to eat more protein and less carbs because it's not going to trigger you to want to keep eating. When's the last time you started to eat a chip or perhaps 1 spoon of ice cream, only to end up eating the entire bag or the entire jug of ice cream? But in comparison, chicken, you eat it, you're good. Maybe you eat 2 or 3, nothing wrong with that. But you're not going to go on a binge eating 10 chicken breasts and really overdoing your diet. Number 6, drink more coffee. Coffee has caffeine. Now, what I suggest you do is you don't drink coffee first thing in the morning. Leverage it for later in the day, perhaps even before you work out. This is what I do. Do not consume caffeine as soon as you wake up. Many of you, that's exactly what you're doing. In fact, most of you are. But what that does is can lead to the dreaded crash in mid-afternoon. And so what's better to do is don't drink any coffee at all. After all, are you really going to binge at breakfast time? Probably not. And so if you save your caffeine for a little bit later, perhaps before the gym, which is what I do, you can then go to the gym, have a greater workout. You're going to have more energy. You're going to train harder than last time. You're going to burn off more calories. And also it's going to blunt your appetite. Caffeine is a stimulant. It causes you to be less hungry. It also causes you to burn off more calories. So if you consume coffee, which has caffeine, you're going to end up ultimately burning off more calories, having a faster metabolism, and it's going to help you to lose weight. Now, just be careful. Some people are more sensitive to caffeine. You may not want to consume this within 6 to 8 hours of bedtime. You don't want to consume caffeine too late at night because that can interfere with your sleep, which we discussed earlier in the video. Number 7, and this to me is a must, eat more fruits and vegetables. There are so many diets out there, carnivore diets, don't eat fruits, don't eat vegetables, don't eat this and that. But ultimately, if you eat more fruits and vegetables, it's going to be much easier to lose weight. And the reason why is because they are low calorie dense foods. What that means is they're foods that have a lot of volume, but they're low in calories. And so what happens is you eat a lot of apples, broccoli, cucumbers, you name it, and it fills your belly for hardly any calories. Just look at a massive salad. Imagine putting in 500 calories worth of vegetables in a salad. It might literally weigh 5 pounds. And so you're eating this salad and your belly is literally stretched to the limit. You're full and you no longer want to eat. And you may have consumed 500 calories. In comparison, if you're eating peanut butter, ice cream, burgers, fries, and so on, you might have had 1,500 calories and you're just getting started. Where's my next plate? I'm still hungry. The reason is you're not full. And so I'm not saying don't eat anything except for fruit and vegetables. I'm saying add it to your diet. You can have your burger and fries, but also add in some vegetables. If you have burger and fries and peas, those peas are going to help you be full for less calories. So rather than having 1,000 calories of French fries, have 500 calories of French fries and 100 calories of peas. They're then in a 400 calorie deficit. It really is that simple. It's not about eliminating all certain types of foods. It's about eating them in balanced harmony. And if you're looking for low calorie alternatives, things that are higher in fiber, more volume, which does the same thing as eating fruits and vegetables, look no further than Cookbook 3.0. These have the lowest calorie alternatives for the foods that you're eating, and so you can eat massive portions and still be on your diet. You'll be shocked and amazed at what this cookbook could do. And remember, I've sold close to 100,000 copies of my cookbooks, and so please consider getting the friggin' cookbook. It's changed the lives of tens of thousands of people, if not more. And so if you're interested in this or any of the supplements, code Greg, 10% off. Click the link in the description. Number 8, lift weights to become a better butter burner. And so think of this. If you lift weights, you're going to build more muscle. And muscle on average burns approximately 8 calories per pound, and that's at rest. In comparison, fat only 2 calories per pound. And so because muscle is more metabolically active, by having more muscle, you automatically have a faster metabolism. And that's just at rest. Imagine now that you're going to work out. You're running, you're lifting weights. Because you have bigger muscles, for example, myself, I have larger quads. When I ride on a bike, I can push harder on the pedals. The harder you push on the pedals, the more calories you're burning. That is how it works. The calories that you're burning is a measure of the force that you're putting out for how long you're doing it. And so if you can put a greater force for a longer period of time, you're going to burn more calories. And with bigger muscles, you can push harder. And so therefore it allows you to burn more calories. And so imagine that coupled with GO2 Max, which has NMN, which has been shown to increase endurance in so many various studies. It is an amazing supplement. I strongly suggest suggest you get my #1 selling supplement, GO2 Max, increase endurance. And it's not just for athletes, it's even in couch potatoes. They were shown in studies to improve their walking test scores by 50%. It's ridiculous. This is an amazing supplement. Highly suggest you try it. Code Greg, 10% off. Click the link in the description. #9, you got to move more. I don't care if it's cardio, scheduled cardio, neat, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, having sexy time in the bedroom. You got to move more. Maybe even recording videos and waving your hands around. You need to move. The more you move, the more calories you burn. Even if it's fidgeting, even if it's shaking your legs because you're nervous, the more you move, the more calories you burn. Pop your head and dance when you're driving the car. Just freaking move. One of the major differences between people who are lean and those who aren't is people are lean, they're just more hyper. They just seem to move more. They have more energy. They perhaps are burning an extra 500, even up to 1,000 calories a day without even exercising. You're just active. You're moving around. You're in the kitchen cooking, and you're moving around, you're walking. And over the day, just imagine, if you're burning 500 calories a day just by movement, that's 1 pound of fat a week that you're burning. And that's without even doing scheduled cardio. And so if you move more 500 calories in a day, it could equate to losing 52 pounds of fat in 1 single year. And it's not even hard. It's not difficult. Just move. Stop laying on the couch doing nothing, watching Netflix and chill. Clearly, much smarter to watch Coach Greg and chill while doing cardio. Go for a walk. Take the dogs for a walk. Walk with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your circle friend. Just friggin' move. Just do it. #10, put the friggin' fork down. Is it really that difficult? The easiest thing you can do to lose weight is to eat less. It is literally going to save you time. It takes less time to eat 1,000 calories than it does to eat 1,500. And so rather than eating 3 cheeseburgers, eat 2. You just save time. People are going, I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to lose weight. Well, here's how to save some time. Eat fewer bites. You know how easy that is? You eat less. You put the fork down. And if you can't put the fork down, it's because you're eating the wrong foods. Oh, it's too delicious. A pint of Haagen-Dazs. I can't stop eating. It's so good. Yeah, it's because it's Haagen-Dazs. Perhaps you should have some low-calorie version like protein ice cream. It's in my freaking cookbook. Multiple recipes. Oh, I can't stop eating that 16-inch pizza. Yeah, it's got 4,000 calories, but I'm going to eat it all. Perhaps you should try eating pizza from my freaking cookbook. That is how easy it is. Put the fork down. Stop eating so much. Stop having foods in front of you. Yeah, oh, there's chocolates on the coffee table. Yeah, I'm going to eat 10 of them. Because it's sitting right in front of me. If I had a jar of jelly beans right now, I'd probably eat jelly beans between takes. Get rid of the food. Be proactive. Put the fork down. Hopefully this made sense. Hopefully you can incorporate some of the top 10 tips into your diet to help you lose weight right now. If you like the video, please give it a like, add a comment to boost the algorithm, subscribe, click the bell button. Don't forget to watch some of those 2 books and of course the cookbooks, the training books, coaching plans by me and my team, the Circle freaking Diet book, Life's Work, how to lose weight, keep it off for the rest of your life. Also, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Don't forget about the coaching plans by me and my team. And if you want a free diet and training plan, go to the website. Remember, it's free. Code Greg, 10% off on all the supplements. And until next time, I am out.